Welcome, rising sophomores, to the 2021-2022 course selection presentation. We are excited to be here today and to be rolling out our course selections in a little different way. We are going to be rolling out course selections doing video. Attached to our video is a number of attachments, and we're going to be talking through that in just a few minutes. But want to start by introducing ourselves to you. We are your academic counselors.
I am Natalie Malhealy, and I serve studio students with the last names A through L.
And I am Karen Witham, and I serve students with the last name M through Z. So this has been a very interesting school year. As you can see, we are here social distancing, wearing masks, keeping 6 feet apart, wishing so much that we could be with you in person. But we are excited about the opportunity that we have to roll out our course selections in this way, and are hoping that you will take time to view the video, and then if you have questions, go back and view the video again. We put together a whole lot of information, all the materials that you will need to make good, informed academic decisions for next school year. So Ms. Malhealy is going to go through those attachments, what is included in those attachments, and the importance of those attachments.
Hi, Caymans. As we go through our presentation, there will be a number of important documents that we reference. The first one will be the graduation requirements. On that page, it will compare the minimum graduation requirements versus the A through G college-bound requirements. We will go through in more detail the differences between those two plans on our course selection presentation. The second document is a credit check sheet. You guys can fill in the courses that you've taken so far and then look ahead to see what courses you plan to take, and it can help you make informed decisions to keep you on track for graduation. Thirdly, we have the course selection form with all the classes we plan to offer for your grade level next school year, along with the Google link to submit your forms for next school year. All course selections are due on Tuesday, February 9th. This is a very important date to keep in mind since all course selection needs to be submitted on this date. We also, on the very last slide of our presentation, have all of the parent and student Q&A times specified by grade level, and we invite all of you guys to come out and attend these meetings and ask any questions that you may have. We are here to help you as much as we can. And I also forgot one document, which is the course catalog document. This includes all of the course descriptions for all of the courses you might think about taking next year, and so you can make better informed decisions when choosing your classes. All of these documents should be attached to this video, along with in the email that was sent out about course selection. You should be able to find it on Schoology or in the CAHS Monday Weekly News.
So again, Caymans, keep in mind February the 9th is a big date. That is the date that all course selections are due to be turned in, February the 9th. And please feel free to attend our virtual counselor Q&As. We do want to answer your questions. We want to be available for you if after viewing our videos and looking at the attached materials, you have any questions at all. So see you soon, Caymans.
See ya.
Freshmen and rising sophomores, we are going to now start going through our graduation planning and course selection process for next school year. So attached to this video are a number of documents, materials that we've put together. This is one of them. This outlines all of the requirements for graduation at high school, both the A through G plan and then the standard plan, minimal graduation plan. The difference between the two we'll talk through as we get going through the course selection. But to start with, all students must take 3 years of social science, world history, US history, government economics. Then English, all students take 4 years of English, 3 years of math. These plans differ somewhat on the math in that the A through G students planning for A through G graduation will need to finish with at least Math 3. On the standard graduation plan, students must finish with just our Math 2. Then life sciences. All students must take, not life sciences, rather lab sciences. All students must take 2 sciences, 1 biology, chemistry, and then we recommend 2 physics. There's 2 years of foreign language that's required for A through G students, and just 1 year of foreign language for students that are on the standard plan. Visual and performing arts, everyone needs a visual and performing arts. Those need to be an A through G performing arts if you're on that A through G graduation plan. Otherwise, then just any visual and performing arts course fulfills that category. Students are required to take 5 electives on a standard plan and 4 electives on the A through G plan. Be sure on the A through G plan that you have at least 1 G elective. Then physical education, there are 2 years of physical education that are required. Both plans require 150 hours of community service to be turned in. So again, here's another document that you'll have attached to our presentation. This again goes over what the UC system requires in terms of A through G courses. And again, as we talk about A through G coursework is that coursework which is approved by the Cal State and the UC systems for admissions to their colleges if a student is planning to come directly out of high school and go directly to one of the 4-year schools. Here is a Sequence 1 plan. Sequence 1 outlines all of the courses that are required in terms of English. So students would have typically taken English 1 as a freshman. So most of you now are looking to take either English 2 or pre-AP English. Then in future years, you would choose between English 3 or an AP English, English 4 or an AP English. Social sciences. There are 3 social sciences that are required at graduation: World History or AP World History. For those of you now making course selections, you will need in 10th grade, if you haven't taken World History, to plan to sign up for either World History or AP World History. So this is typically the first of the AP courses that roll out for our rising sophomores. Next year, junior year, is typically the year where students take US History or AP US History, and then finally senior year, government and economics. The recommended A through G science pattern starts with biology. Then this year, many of you will be choosing either chemistry or honors chemistry if you haven't taken biology already as a freshman. If you've missed biology, then you're going to sign up this year for biology. Junior year, typically our students take physics, and then finally our AP Bio. But again, the AP Bio, there is some flexibility there. Mathematics. Students on a Sequence 1 plan take math, math 1, math 2, math 3. All students on this particular A through G plan must finish with at least math 3. Students are required to take 2 years of foreign language, must be the same level of foreign language. In other words, you're taking 2 years of Spanish or 2 years of French. So those of you that have taken Spanish 1 and 2 would choose Spanish 3-4 or French 3-4 if you took 1 and 2. If you haven't had a language requirement met, then you're going to want to sign up for 1 and 2, either Spanish or French. Visual and performing arts. All students are required to take 1 VAPA course. Here we've outlined our VAPA courses. 1 VAPA is required and must be A through G if you're on this A through G plan. 4 elective requirements are required on the A through G plan. And of those 4 electives, 1 must be at least an A through G or G elective. PE requirements. 2 years of physical education are required. Most of you will have had a year already, PE 1 in 9th grade. So this year you'll be signed up for PE 2. Community service. Everyone is required to take community service or do community service hours. We encourage you to turn those community service hours in. You'll do that by going on your Schoology accounts. A total of 150 hours required, or 37.5 hours for every year that you're enrolled at Classical Academy High School. Now the Sequence 2 plan, the non-A through G plan, rolls out with English freshman year And then typically English 2 is taken sophomore year. So that would be the course that you would pick for this upcoming year. Then as you become a junior, senior, it's English 3-4. The social science sequence that as we mentioned, world history is typically taken your sophomore year, then junior year US history, and then finally senior year government economics. On sciences, most students will have taken biology as a freshman, but if you didn't, you'll want to choose that. Then sophomore year, typically students are signed up for chemistry, so you would want to make that one of your course selections. Sequence 2, math is required. 3 years of math is required throughout high school, and it must include at least math 2. So some students will have possibly been signed up and have taken math foundations. If you did that, then this next year you're going to sign up for math 1. If you took math 1, then you're going to go ahead and sign up for math 2. World history, world foreign language. Again, this plan is a little different in that you're just required to take 1 year of language. That 1 year of language can be either Spanish or French. Many students still on this plan opt to go on and take the 2nd year of language or 2nd year of French. Keep in mind that with our accelerated program, Spanish and French both run in the fall only, and then Spanish 2 and French 2 run in the spring only. Visual and performing arts. Visual and performing arts, again, is required on this plan. It would not have to necessarily be A through G course. However, most of our visual and performing arts courses are A through G approved. 5 electives are required on this plan for a total of 50 credits. PE, again, is required both freshman year and sophomore year. And community service remains the same and is required for both plans for a total of 150 hours. So the differences really between these 2 plans are that no math 3 is required on sequence 2. Only 1 year of a language is required on sequence 2. 1 elective, and it does not have to be a G elective on sequence 2. And no grades of D are allowed on a sequence 1 A through G plan. So if you have any grades of D and you are wanting to be A through G approved at graduation, then you'll want to go ahead and sign up for those courses where you received a D as for retake. So now going back to just a typical sequence for or sequence of courses for a 9th grader, and you guys can look at this and see if these were possibly courses that you might have taken. Again, this is just a very generalized schedule of what a student might have chosen to take in 9th grade. And then on the next slide here, we have the actual layout of what that looks like. You'll want to make note that Spanish 1 and French 1 fill up an entire period in the school day, both for fall and spring. The full year of Spanish or French is taught in the fall, and the full year of Spanish 2 or French 2 is taught in the spring, and then that math course always runs year long. Now, 10th grade. So those of you that are looking to be A through G, these might be the courses this year that are going to be important for you to choose. English, either English 2 or pre-AP English. Then whatever sequence of math, whatever the next math is that follows what you've been in. Chemistry, you could also choose honors chemistry, world history, and you could also choose world history as an AP course. This is typically where the first of the AP courses roll out for our students. So sophomores are able to take world history AP. Then if you've taken language, you could continue that language with 3-4, or if you have missed a language and want to schedule that, you can schedule a language 1-2. And then of course PE, and that's scheduled for everyone. Now here again is a typical 11th grade listing of courses that an 11th grader might choose. You can go back and take a look at that as you do your grad planning. Again, we in our attachments have all the information listed on how to get how to get a transcript off Pathways. We would encourage you to do that so that as you're going through this, you're able to check off the courses that you've taken and then be aware of what courses it is that are remaining and that you're going to want to plan for. Now here on sequence 1, A through G, is a listing of courses that might be applicable to a student in their senior year of high school. And again, you can go back and take a look at this and review this as you're making your graduation plans. So now here's 9th grade on a minimal sequence 1 plan, standard plan, non-A through G plan. This might have been the courses that you've taken in the 9th grade. Here is an example schedule, and hopefully all of you are aware, that the math is running year long, and that an AP course, when you choose one, if you choose one, does run year long. So those students that are wanting to opt into any of those AP want to keep that in mind. 10th grade, here is a typical listing of courses for a 10th grader on a non-A through G plan: English 2, maybe a world history, Spanish 1 and 2, or French 1 and 2, math 1, chemistry, and then our PE. So that's something to take note of. Actually, you could take a screenshot of as you're looking and doing your planning. Here now is an 11th grade typical listing of coursework, 12th grade typical listing of coursework. Again, reminding students that the VAPA requirement is standalone. You can do that though at any time in high school, just depending on your academic load and what extracurricular activities you're involved in as you do that kind of planning. Note, those community service hours do remain the same on both plans. It is important that you turn those hours in for community service. You do that by going on your Schoology account and logging those hours. We've listed a resource here for you for those of you that are thinking about college in the future, maybe don't have any colleges yet picked out, would like to sort of do a college match. This is a great place for you to go, a wonderful resource. So we encourage you to start looking now by creating a profile for yourself on Big Future or logging into your Naviance accounts and creating a profile there. We want you to know that we do run college planning nights. That happens for our juniors and our seniors in high school. And those happen in the fall. And we really want everyone that can to come out to those nights. We talk through college planning, prepping for college. We go over SAT and ACT requirements as we learn more about what is needed there. And we talk about our dual credit programs. So there are dual credits agreements that exist between us and our local community colleges, Palomar, Maricosta. These are college level courses that you take or can take while in high school. We want everyone to keep in mind though that the grade you receive does now go on your permanent college record. So it travels with you. This is a recommended program for A and B students. The coursework is free while you are a full-time high school student. And we do have concurrent enrollment packets available in our front office for Palomar. Maricosta College now has students do everything through them, and they send the counseling team, Ms. Malhealy and myself, the documents. We receive those documents, sign off and approve them, and then those are sent back and kept on file at the local community college. So now Ms. Malhealy is going to go through all the attachments that we have, walk you through everything you need to know as far as actually making those course selections, how to do that. We want to also let you know right now that we do have planned counselor Q&As. So once you've watched the video, looked through the attachments, where we feel everything you need to make a good informed decision for course selection is available. If you have questions, we want to be available to you for those questions virtually. So the way that we are running our counselor Q&As, we are grade specific. However, if one time works better for you than another time, we're encouraging you to please just attend whatever meeting works best. Ideally, if you can come to the Zoom meeting for that grade level, that would be terrific, but it is more important that you come to a meeting and get your questions answered. So we have a number of times set up specifically for those kinds of questions that you might have. And listed here is the 2 different days that we are running those meetings and want to be available to you. So keep in mind too that everything is due course selection wise February the 9th. So write that day and date down. February the 9th is when everything needs to be turned in. Miss Mount-Healy now is going to go over the attachments and how you can fill out the course selection.
All right, guys, I'll just jump right in and show you some of the important course selection attachments that we've included when we posted our course selection information. So this right here is the course selection packet cover for our current 9th graders. Will be 10th graders next year. Again, it has the date Tuesday, February 9th that you must submit your course selection by. This is the link that you will go to submit your course selection electronically. It will all be done on this link and submitted electronically online. And then here are some of the important attachments for you. I'm going to just review some of the important ones on here, and then I'll actually show you how to submit your course selection through the link. So you will, you can view your transcript through Pathways, as Mrs. Witham had mentioned. This link will take you to the Pathways portal, and you'll log in, and then you'll have access to view your unofficial transcript. This credit check sheet right here, this you can do a little credit check on yourself. Being that you've only completed fall of 9th grade, this is a little bit more helpful for the older grades since they've had more credits they've completed. But you guys can look at this and kind of use it going forward to do a credit check on yourself to see what you've completed so far and what you should plan to take in the future years to make sure you're on track for whichever graduation track you plan to meet. On the left side of the sheet is the minimum graduation, and then on the right side of the sheet is the A through G college bound requirements. And you guys will notice that there will be an A or a B, and this refers to either the first part or the second part of a course, since you earn 2 final grades for each course and a total of 10 credits for each course. So you guys can use that. We have our minimum and college bound requirements. We referred to this in our course selection presentation. So this is helpful for you guys to keep and refer back to when thinking about your credits and what you should be taking. And then we also have our typical 4-year course sequence that we came up with. You guys can refer back to this to see what you might want to take in the future years, or what maybe most students might be taking depending on what plan they're on. But keep in mind that you can take things according to what you feel is best for you as well. Down here, we have the course catalog. I highly recommend you guys use this to refer back and read about courses before selecting them to make sure that you're picking courses you feel might be the best for you. So look through that. It has course descriptions and it has prerequisites for courses as well. And the last one is just a clubs list that you guys can refer back to about, you know, the clubs we had this school year and hopefully we'll have next school year if you wanted to join one. All right, so coming back up, I will go ahead and show you guys the course selection form that has all the courses designed for juniors for next school year. So depending on where you're at would currently with your coursework would depend on what you pick for next year. So these are our coursings. On this right side is the prerequisites for students before moving into the course. So be mindful of those when you are signing up for courses. And the sports are down at the bottom. So this all transfers over to the Google link that was on the form for you guys. This link right here, which is also on Schoology under your cohort page and linked to this document that you'll have access to, brings you to the Google form. So I'm actually going to exit out of that one and we will go back to this one and reopen the link, and I'll show you from the beginning what this looks like for you guys. So again, you want this turned in by Tuesday, February 9th. You'll go ahead and you'll put in your email address, your last name. You put your last name first and then your first name, and then you'll put your parents' email address, because any important, if there's a conflict or anything, you guys will want to put that in there. So that's how the scheduler usually reaches out. And then you can go ahead and pick that you will be a sophomore next school year, and the appropriate courses will come up then. All right, so you'll want to read through this at the top. Make sure you understand that you're picking courses for the entire school year, and you're not picking teachers or periods, just selecting courses for the whole year. Also, the P stands for college prep, A through G approved coursework. Important for you students trying to meet the college bound A through G track. And then also AP stands for advanced placement. Those are the year-long classes. You'll go ahead and enter your 5-digit student ID number. You can find this on your student ID card or on your Pathways portal. And then go ahead and just start going through each category and selecting which course you'd like. So for English, if you would like to take regular English or the honors English, you would pick depending on which one. We have an other box. It's important to note that if you had to repeat a class, you can go ahead and type in the other box what class you needed to repeat. So then for math, depending on where you're at now, you'll pick the next level of math. So let's say you're in math 1, you'd then move on to math 2. Go ahead and pick whichever one applies to you. For science, social science, you would either pick world history or AP world history. Unless possibly you took this last year, you could put I've met that requirement. Go ahead and pick what you would like. And then foreign language, if you took Spanish 1 and 2 last year, you might be choosing to pick Spanish 3 and Spanish 4. And keep in mind that you will want to take 3 and 4 if you're planning to go on to AP Spanish. Or maybe you haven't taken your language, so you would select that, or maybe you're done after Spanish 1 and 2 and you've met your requirement. Go ahead and check the box that applies to you. Here are science offerings. Many of you will be taking chemistry or honors chemistry. Go ahead and check that box. If you're ahead, you can check physics depending on where you're at, or maybe you needed to retake biology. It just depends on where you're at. Go ahead and keep going. Here's our visual and performing arts classes. All students must take at least one. Be mindful of the P there. That means it's A through G approved as a visual and performing arts. So please be careful when you're picking those courses if that is important to you. Go ahead and pick whichever one you would like to take. And this is where the course catalog description comes in handy for you to look it up to make sure it sounds like a course that sounds interesting. So go ahead and pick a course. If you take more than one visual and performing arts, then they count towards elective. So you are definitely allowed to take more than one if that's what you're interested in. You could have, maybe you already met the requirement. You can check I've already met the requirement. Here are the electives. Go ahead and look through those and see if any apply to you and make your selection there. And then a very important question here. Are you willing to take any class 0 period? This is important. So when you're trying to get your schedule, some students might want to end their day early. Taking a 0 period definitely can help with that. Or sometimes they need to get out because of a job or something like that. This is where if you're willing to take any class 0 period, then go ahead and mark yes. Or if you are absolutely not able to take a zero period, go ahead and select no. And we try to be mindful of that when it comes to scheduling. And if there is a class that ends up only being 0 period that you select, then you might have to make a choice between that. All right, here's a special circumstances box. This is where if you need us to know that you have to drive, this is for the older grades typically, but you need your schedule to align with your sibling because you both need to come at the same time. You can put this in the box, or if you have a job or something like that, you can write these, if there's something you really need us to know to take into account. Please know we try to accommodate what we can, but we just cannot make any guarantees. Sports, this is for any students that might be interested in a sport. You're not necessarily making a commitment to a sport here. So if you're interested, go ahead and check it off. And then, it's just for interest. It's an interest list. All right, here's the course contract. So please read through this. There will be a minimum amount of classes you must keep to stay enrolled. So please be watching that. All right, and then you'll, again, be mindful of the February 9th deadline. And here talks about the drop limit, the drop period. It's a 2-week drop period, so please keep that in mind for next school year as well. You have 2 weeks to drop a class without repercussion. So please make sure you guys read through this, and then you will electronically sign and submit your names here. And then that will take care of your course selection for next school year. I did want to refer back to one thing down here, that if you decide to make a change after you submitted your course selection online, please do not submit another course selection. You will actually reach out to Mrs. Fletcher at lfletcher@classicalacademy.com, who is our guidance technician, and she will need to make note of the change for you, because we do not want duplicates. So please keep that in mind when you are choosing your course selection for next school year. So we just wanted to again invite you guys out to come to any of our parent-student counselor Q&As. If you have any questions, we are happy to help. We hope this has been very informative for you and gives you lots of good information when choosing your courses for next school year. And we hope you have a great rest of your 9th grade year and an even better 10th grade year. Thank you and have a great day.
Well, hello and greetings. My name is Mr. Holtz, and I teach English at Classical Academy. I've been a teacher for 15 years, and I love books, and I like reading. Not because I like the act of reading, but because reading changes my mind, literally, and so it can for you too. On the side, I teach a survey of classical literature. This is kind of a great books course. We've, for the last couple of years, we've been working through some of the great texts of Western literature from ancient Greece all the way up to now we're into, what are we into? Oh, Plato, Aristotle, those kinds of things. Take a look, see? Check out some of these titles. And if you're interested, this course is for you. It's an elective course. It runs year-round, and we read a lot of good stuff and have great conversation. So join me if you dare.
Hola, I'm Profe Hagler, and I teach AP Spanish at Classical Academy High School. AP Spanish Language and Culture is your chance to take your Spanish speaking, listening, reading, and writing skills to the next level. Spanish is spoken every day in class, and less emphasis is on grammar while we focus our time on learning and talking about the culture, history, politics, art, and music of the Spanish-speaking world. We cover 6 themes, including global challenges, science and technology, contemporary life, personal and public identities, family and communities, and beauty and aesthetics. Our class size is small. This year we have 12 students, so this means plenty of one-on-one interaction with your teachers and classmates. So sign up for AP Spanish and be prepared to be inspired.
Well, hello, Caymans. I am Mr. Eicher, and I'm here to answer the question, should I take AP Stats? And I'm here to say yes, you should take AP Stats. How I feel about statistics, I'm Michael Scott, and Jim Halpert is statistics. I love statistics, and I would love to share my love of statistics with you so that by the end of the course, you're giving statistics a really big hug. What will you learn in statistics? Well, we'll take a voyage through many different types of statistical studies and analyses and questions, like, should I trust this political poll? What principles are considered when developing drugs in the medical field? Is there an association between chocolate consumption and winning the Nobel Prize? Can the sense of smell be used to diagnose Parkinson's disease? How to pass the AP exam, and other skills that you can use in the workforce. AP Stats is a math class with very little math, so you win the jackpot by taking AP Statistics. And who can sign up for AP Stats? You do not have to be a math ninja to take AP Stats. You need to have completed Math 3 with a C or better, be willing to read and talk and share and consider, keep up with assignments, because after all, it is an AP class, so there are assignments that you have to do. And you can take Math 4 and AP Calc concurrently if you're really mathy and want to do both. and know that an A in the class counts as a 5.0 and a B as a 4.0 like other AP classes. But really, ultimately, why take AP statistics? Well, there's a slew of college majors that require statistics, and this isn't the total list. I ran out of space, so here's the rest. So I hope to see you soon. If you have questions, here's my email, or you can message me on Schoology. See you next year.
Hey, hi, I'm David Bauer. How objects move. What if it's moving in a straight line? You can predict the motion of any object if you understand the basics of physics. Analyzing forces like the force pushing forward on this car and the force of friction, figuring out why things move or why they stay where they are on a circular path. The Earth spinning. How much force is required to keep you from flying off into outer space? I let it go. It comes back. Energy is conserved. I could use that kinetic energy to do work on some bowling pins. Dude.
Why is it that when he inhales helium that his voice changes?
400,000 volts. It will not harm you. The flow of electricity is like the flow of water through
Short pipe?
a long pipe,
Narrow pipe?
a wide pipe. And you'll be able to understand things on a level that makes you scary smart.
Scary smart.
Smarter about how things move, why things move,
Things moving in circular motion.
gravity, energy, momentum, waves, electricity, electric circuits. Wow.
You'll be scary smart.
By the time you leave physics, I hope you'll join me